whatsoever.
Nothing wrong whatsoever. And by the way in which the gods of the Premier League fixture list have worked out, Tottenham will play Man City in their first game in the Premier League this Sunday. I don't know how many training sessions Harry Kane has had with Spurs. If he's fit, does he start? Does he play?
Or are they selling him after this first game? Because they wanted to get this one out of the way and then sell him. Or if they were going to sell him, they normally sell and then say, but he can't play against us that first game. That's what normally happens.
That's what normally happens, isn't it?
Yeah. But if I was in charge and I was the manager and I were Nuno, I'd be playing him 100%. Why wouldn't you? He's a Tottenham player.
He's under contract.
Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt in Harry Kane, if he plays, giving his all. Because he wants to score goals. That's what he loves doing.
Yeah.
So if he plays and he gets a chance, he's not going to say, oh, no, I better miss it because I might be playing for him in another week.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? He's just going to do his very best and play for Tottenham. He loves the club. Even though he might leave. Same as Grealish, you know. Grealish loves the club, Villa, but he's gone to Manchester City. You can't stop that. He's explained the reasons. And Harry Kane's exactly the same.
Would he be fit enough to play? I mean, this is a guy that,
I think he would, yeah.
He only came back to training a week ago.
Yeah. How long has he been out of training? He's only not trained for 2 weeks. And
he's
I'm sure
sharp, isn't he?
Most footballers now, in between, are still doing training when they're on holiday. And knowing Harry, he'll be doing 18 holes a day on the golf course. So he'll be walking around. He won't be getting a buggy like we do.
He'll be fit. He's actually due back on training tomorrow. Enough time?
Well, I think he's been doing stuff, hasn't he? I think he's been doing stuff in training. I mean, when he looks at it, they've got all the equipment. He's been at the lodge, hasn't he? So they've got all the equipment there for him to do the training on his own anyway. There's no doubt whatsoever about his fitness. Grealish surely went back to training to Villa on the Monday. He played for City, come off the bench in the Community Shield. So there's no problem. These guys are still fit. They've only been off a couple of weeks.
Do you think there's any chance he stays? I almost feel like the talk of Kane going or leaving to go to City has died down just a little bit in the last sort of 4 or 5 days at least. Do you think there's a chance that he actually does play this season for Spurs?
There's always a chance he'll stay.
Well, what chance? 100% he goes City, 0 he stays. Where are you?
Well, if they sign a new contract, I think there will definitely be a clause in it this time. Not a gentleman's
little handshake
and
a nod.
No, there won't be. I tell you what, you stay for another year, we'll let you go if someone comes in at 100 mil. But now it's a case of, well, do a clause, and it might be, we'll give you an extra 30 grand a week, but the clause will be 125 million or something.
I think it'll be more than an extra 30 grand, I'll tell you that now. David Jenner there speaking to Laura and Ali McCoy on talkSPORT Breakfast this morning. Text has just come in saying, spare me the stupid questions, boys. Kane to start. He's under contract. Thus he plays.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He starts 100% for me. And Nuno will want him to start. I mean, it's an hard start, isn't it? Playing against Manchester City.
Not the easiest game in the world.
Not an easiest game. So you need your best players. And Kane will be fit. He'll be fit enough to play. And he'll be fresh.
Yeah.
And there's a chance he's going to score a goal. So put him in. Why wouldn't you put him in?
If you are Harry Kane, and look, this is a new project, I hate using that word, but that's the word, right? That's the fancy word right now. Every time a new manager comes in, have Spurs done enough so far in the transfer window to convince you to stay? Like, you're smiling because it's almost a rhetorical question. But honestly, you'll be thinking, okay, what are you going to do, Nuno, to convince me to stay at the club? Have they done enough to do that?
I look at Tottenham, you know, and I look at the side, whether it be Doherty, back Romero, Rodon, Reguilon, Højbjerg, Ndombele.
Are you reading these out as though these
Ali,
are good players?
Son,
is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
okay.
Ali, Son and Kane. For me, that's the best 11, if you were going to play that. Then you've got Sanchez, you've got Dyer, Tanganga, you've got Ori. They've got a good squad, mate. Winks, Sissoko, Lo Celso still there. They just need Bergwijn, look more.
They need
you
creativity.
can go on and on.
That's what they need.
Well, they got brought in Gill, gives them a bit of creativity. They got Ali, who hopefully Dele Alli. What, you saying he ain't got creativity?
Well, I haven't seen him for 2 years do any creativity.
Well, I saw him towards the end last season when he got back in the side, and he looked pretty good to me. So Dele Alli. And speaking to players who still play at Tottenham at this moment in time, and they talk about Dele in glowing terms, because they say as when it comes down to an engine and fitness, he's as fit as anybody at that football club. His engine.
He might need a new manager like Nuno just to kind of
exactly. I think he plays.
Him
I think he'll play at the weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I think Dele will play.
Yeah, interesting. Son's key, obviously, he signed a new contract at the club
Goals
as well.
there.
Yeah, and that's goals, that's assists, and obviously him and Kane have such a good relationship as well. Like, I'd be disappointed to see Kane go to City because I do think you want to see him stay. I would love to see a one-club man. I know he's been on loan and other things, but he's been at Spurs since he was a kid, and I'd love to see him stay.
Yeah, if Spurs go out and spend 150 million to match his ambition, he's stayed there now for a few years and been promised things. Has it really happened? Has it happened for Tottenham?
Well, they've been close.
And our Tottenham, again, around a lot of people from there, are they become just too reliant on Harry Kane? Do they need this to happen? And then they have to go out and spend 50 million on a striker or 60 million on a striker.
You mean him going to then use that money to then
to
fill
the
the
Grealish
squad?
thing. I know the fans are disappointed with what's happened to Grealish, but look at the players they're signing. You know what I mean? They might be a better team without Jack Grealish. It's hard to imagine, but let's just wait till the season starts. But they've got some good players in. You know what I mean? And sometimes, I say it about Palace many times with Zaha, they've become too reliant on one player for so long.
So much so.
So much. And I think it's the same at Tottenham.
It's interesting. Liverpool had the same issue with Coutinho. Sold him and got Van Dijk and Alisson.
And worked out for the best, didn't it? In the long run.
It worked out well.
Everybody doubted it to start.
Yeah.
It went pretty well.
Went pretty well for Liverpool. Will it go pretty well for Kane? It's going to be fascinating, this game on Sunday. Honestly, it really is. Spurs versus Man City. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from Chris Waddle, who has a little bit of sympathy for Harry Kane. This is Drive on talkSPORT. WeBuyAnyCar.com. Remember, score yourself some extra time and avoid a lengthy private sell.